Hi, my name is Yash. I'm co-founder and chief executive at ClientJoy. And firstly, thank you for your interest in checking out ClientJoy. And today I'm going to give you a very quick demo of how the platform works, right? And so primarily the product is designed for freelancers and agencies to grow their business and manage their clients, right? And so the first thing that happens whenever any user, they could be founder of an agency or a salesperson or a team member, an accounts person of an agency logs in, is that they land onto this dashboard. And so this dashboard is consists of multiple information that is important for them. And so the first thing that they say over here is what are their upcoming activities, right? And so these activities are primarily sales activities that they may have created in terms of following up with people or meetings that might have been scheduled on their calendar. And so they have a very quick snapshot of things that are going to happen in the next 7 days, right? For them and across the whole workspace in terms of their leads or clients. The next thing that they see is a due invoices, and which is primarily the invoices that they had sent out to their clients but have not yet been paid and now are overdue, and so they may want to focus on that from a cash flow standpoint. And then the next thing that focuses is on expired proposals, and so that helps them figure out how their future cash flow looks like, right? In terms of the proposals that they have already sent and then they have expired and they have not yet been accepted or declined by the leads, and they might want to start working on them. And over here are basically the list of activities that they were supposed to do, but for some or the other reason they've not been able to do. Right? And so this kind of gives them a very very quick snapshot of things that are going to happen today and for the next 7 days, things that will help them figure out how can they manage their cash flow, things that will help them figure out how can they ensure their future cash flow and the things that they need to do for that, and a list of activities that they should have done up until now that were already planned and on calendar, but they've not been able to get around to that. Now, all of these things are gathered because of their activities across all of these different modules that we have. The key value that ClientJoy brings on the table is that it brings together every step of the journey from a lead to a payment, right? So from leads to taking them through the sales pipeline, sending them proposals, getting that accepted, sending out contracts, managing them on the client portal, offering them a great experience, sending out invoices, and then integrating that with payment gateways and getting paid as well, right? And so we're going to go, and first thing that we're going to check out is leads. And just a very, very quick overview, you can completely customize your sales pipeline. Over here, you can create all of these statuses and stages, and then you can drag and drop your leads from one state to the other fairly easily. You have all the filters that you need over here. You can color code all of that. You can also, have it in list view if that's what you prefer. But a lot of people we've seen prefer the Kanban view and the sales pipeline view. They know how much opportunity is lying across each stage for them. They can obviously import their leads from over here. It's a fairly simple CSV upload, or they can create a new lead. And so I'm just going to create a new lead over here. I'm not going to fill out a lot of details, but just a name and email, so that we can see how the journey looks like, right? And so they can, again, they can add more deal info, company name. They can also create their own custom fields if they want to collect all of their data, assign it to different people, add tags if they want to use them in filters and stuff like that, fairly easily. Tags are also, again, customizable, and I just hit save. Once I hit save, a lead has been created, and so as we also kind of put in, the lead was created in the discovery part of the sales pipeline. So I just go in to Tony Stark and as a lead, and then as you can see, all the things that I'm going to do with Tony, or I'm going to do for converting Tony as a lead or as a client, all of them are available over here, right? So I can start making my notes. I can create activities, either just for myself, or I can invite Tony as well. And so I can say, hey, meeting with Tony. I can create it as a meeting. I can color code it. I can add guests and invite him as well for the meeting if I want. For now, I'm not going to do that. but I can add internal note. I can add, this basically functions like your calendar entry. And so again, ClientJoy integrates with your Google and Outlook email and calendar, and it's a two-way sync. So everything that you do over there reflects on ClientJoy, and everything that you do in ClientJoy reflects over there as well. So you don't have to kind of manually switch between them and make updates as well. And so I'm going to, let's say, mark this activity for 31st of May, and I hit save. As soon as I hit save, and so I'm just going to mark this activity for, as an example, 1st of June, and I'm going to hit save. Now, as soon as I, and so I can create activities as well. And so I can just click on add activity. I'll say, meeting with Tony, and it's going to be a meeting. I can color code it, and I can say, okay, this is going to be for, let's say, 1st of June. I can add description, location. I can also select which calendar do I want this to appear on for myself. But for now, I'll just hit save. And so, and so I can see my timeline with them. I can see all the activities that I'm going to do with them. I can add my notes. I can upload and share files, or just upload files for internal references as well. File, by the way, across all of ClientJoy works from your native file uploader. You can add a link, or you can integrate it with Google Drive and OneDrive as well. And so that's, it's fairly quick and simple in terms of files as well. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to send out a proposal to Tony, right? And so I just click on new proposal. I'll give it a name, proposal for SEO, right? I'll hit create, and it'll start creating a proposal. Now, I can do two things. I can either choose from templates that ClientJoy has, and so ClientJoy offers 25 odd proposal templates across recruitment, interior design, PPC, search engine, website redesign, IT sales, and whatnot. What I'm going to do now, however, is I'm going to choose from my custom templates that I've created for my agency that's available in this particular workspace. And I choose a simple one, right? I just pick this one, which is very simple, one page, sort of a quote. And as you can see, it picks up the quote number, it picks up the expiry date from the settings, it picks up the name of the person. And I did not enter the receiver company, but had I entered it, it would have appeared over here. It knows that my name is Chris. And the agency that I'm working at is called ClientJoy. I can also go in and I can add things into my proposal from the item table, right? And this item table is already populated. And so I just say, he's looking for an on-page SEO audit, which is one report for $450. Again, I can do all of this in multiple currencies and multiple tax rates. And so let's say I'm going to apply a 5% VAT on top of it. And then I'm also going to offer a 10% discount as an example. And I'll hit save. And so as soon as I hit save, it adds the item table onto my proposal right over here. It already carries my signature, and over here is where the lead is supposed to sign. I can add all of these different elements like text, images, table, divider, and so on and so forth. I can also change styling in terms of background colors. I can add or remove merge fields. These are all the merge fields that are available over here. Had I filled in everything for this particular lead, it would have all of those things would have appeared over here, but I have not done that for now. And there are fairly rich formatting options, right? You can go to town and terms of building and designing your proposal and then using them as a template, right? So for now, I just hit send and it opens up my email template. Again, this template is also something that I can edit in my settings, and I'm just going to send it out, right? I can also schedule it, but for now, I just send it out. And so as when I send it out, it's going to go to Tony_Stark@millionaire.com, which is a public inbox that I've created, which is open over here as well. And voila, the proposal shows up. And so this is the proposal email that we just sent out. And so assuming that Tony clicks on this proposal, it'll open in a new tab. And again, so all of ClientJoy works on custom domain. It can carry your custom colors. It can have your custom scripts, as you can see over here in this workspace. For test workspace, we've configured a talk.to chat bubble as well. And so let's say Tony is going through this proposal, likes what he sees over here, and then just clicks on receiver signature. And we'll just type out his signature. Right? Or let's type out something that he would write. Yeah, that's his signature. So he'll just accept and sign this. And so once he signs it, he sees, congratulations, model. However, he receives an email also from us saying that this proposal has been accepted. Thank you for accepting the proposal. As it says again, this is an email template that can be edited. This is Tony Stark's mailbox, just FYI. And over here, from my agency account, I'll just refresh this page, and so we'll get to know what has happened on the agency side of thing. And so on the agency side of thing, it has been marked as accepted by Tony. There's some confetti animations because it's time to celebrate. As you can see, there's an audit log over here. It says obviously I was playing both the sides, but in this case, but we kind of track the IP as well, and we give you a complete audit log of what activity has happened on this proposal and from when. And now let's say what I want to do is I primarily want to convert this proposal into an invoice, right? Which is going to be $425 invoice. And so I'll just go into this proposal. Oh, sorry. And so what I want to do is I want to convert this proposal to an invoice. Now I can just click over here and I just click on convert to invoice. As you can see, so there are a lot of other options that ClientJoy offers. I'm not going to go in all of them because I have some time restraints as well. The first thing that it asks me to do is, since I'm raising an invoice, I'll have to convert Tony Stark to a customer. And so I just quickly convert him to a customer. If there are any custom fields that I need to fill out, which are marked as mandatory by us, our workspace, then I just do that. Size of company is going to be like $150 million or whatever. Service inclination is definitely SEO. Services needed is SEO and on-page SEO audit. And I can choose all of these, and I can create different types of custom fields, right? That I want to use for my organization or my agency, and then I can filter databases, all of that as well. And so now the customer has been added, and this proposal is being converted into an invoice, and it's already done. And so I just go to the invoice. And it carries my logo, my color scheme, all of this things that I wanted it to carry. It also brings in the same item that was there as a part of the proposal as well. I can choose payment methods, and I'll say, okay, I want to collect this payment through PayPal and Payoneer. I don't want it to be a bank transfer. I can again make it a recurring payment as well. So I can just go into recurring invoice. I'll say, okay, this is an annual contract, and it's supposed to go out 12 times at the interval of every 1 month. And I can convert it and make it as a recurring invoice as well, which is what I do for the purpose of this demo. And that's pretty much it. I'll just hit send. When I click on send, again, it will open the model window with all the details over here. Invoices, Tony prefers to be also sent as PDF, and so I can do that. Oh, okay. So I can do that as a capability, but I'll not be able to do right now because unfortunately the public inbox of Millionaire does not accept attachments, and so I just check it off. But you could do that, right? So I'll again send this out as an invoice, and so as soon as I send it out, I will see an email coming in to the public inbox, and so it says new invoice from Chris Brown. Again, this is a template that can be edited. from ClientJoy settings. This is a default template that you get. And so let's say Tony opens the invoice, goes to the invoice. Again, invoice is also hosted on a custom domain, also carries all the custom scripts that you've entered, and all of your invoices carry a payment link. Right? And so I could either pay with PayPal or pay via Payoneer. If I click on pay with PayPal, it'll open a PayPal model window, or it'll take me to PayPal where I can then log in and then take the conversation forward and just make the payment, and it will go back to ClientJoy as well. Of course, I'm not going to do that as of now. I just close this tab, but you get the gist of how powerful ClientJoy is just by virtue of bringing everything in one single place, right? And so what I'm now also going to show is I'll just go to the clients tab and I'll hit customers. And now that he's paid the invoice, he's actually become my customer. And so I'd want to go into his customer, and over here in terms of timeline, I see everything that has happened with this particular lead, right? From the time that they were created, to all the activities in terms of meetings that I had with them, to all the calendar events that I shared, to the proposals that I sent across, to all the invoices that I sent and the payments that they've made. I can again create more activities. I can add notes. I can share files. I can invite more people from the Avengers team to join in on their SEO project, if I may. I can see all the payments over here. I can see all the proposals that I've sent out and the invoices and their statuses as well, and all the email conversation that I've had with Tony, whether it is through ClientJoy or through my own personal mailbox, right? And I just want to spend, like one more minute talking about the mailbox that we have. And so, as I shared with you before, this mailbox that we have is primarily a two-way sync with your Gmail and Outlook. And so if let's say this is an email that I received from a lead who's looking for some help, it's super easy to create them as a lead in ClientJoy, right? So I just click on that email, and it'll pick up all the information from the sent items, and I just click on add new lead, right? And so it'll open up the form, it'll fill out all of these things. I can again choose to fill all the other details as well, and I'll hit save. And so when I hit save again, this particular person will be added to the discovery part of my leads module, and the email that I have marked and all the future email conversations that I have with Tom will start appearing under the email tab. And so all the previous conversations as well, some of them have been marked as spam by me, but all of the previous conversations as well as future conversations will start appearing over here. As you can see over here, this was the recent email from which I created this lead. The other key thing that I should also talk about is the client portal, right? This is a super big major update that we have. So now that Tony is a client, I want to give them access to the portal where I'll be sharing all the reports in terms of files, and I'll be embedding their Google Analytics or Google Search Console or whatever the case may be, to help them also monitor the progress in terms of the work that's been happening. And so I'll just click on him as a client. I'll go to the contacts tab, and I will, so as you can see, there's no information in the portal access. So I just go over here and I'll enable client portal for him. And so I just have to click over here. I'll set a password for him. It's like fairly simple, and I'll hit save, right? And so this sends across an email again to Tony Stark, saying that you've been invited to the client portal. It should arrive in a moment. It did not arrive. And so I can make the portal enabled as well. And so I'm just going to show you how the portal is going to look like, right? So for Tony, when he logs into the portal, he'll be able to see my logo again. So this is going to be hosted on a custom domain, which the agency is already configured. This is a preview of the same. Um, and so Tony is going to see my company's logo. Is going to see all the files that I've shared with them. I've also embedded a help center for them, like a knowledge base for them, and so they could go through that as well. I've also embedded an Airtable database for them to see. there was some events, so they could go through that as well. And I had also embedded a Google Drive folder with which had all the photos from the events for them, and so they could go through that as well. They'd also be able to see the proposals that have been shared with them. And I also embedded a YouTube video, right? And so which is by the way a good video around how to prevent scope creep, that you should check out if you are an agency or if your audience also is an agency, right? But you get the idea, right? So Client Portal basically helps you manage all of these tabs, either for all of your customers or for individual customers as well. And you can just drag all of these tabs around. And if you don't want something, if you don't want to show, let's say proposals is not something that you want to show, you just click on hide this tab and all the hidden tabs are over here. As you can see, I have invoices and proposals hidden over here, and so on and so forth, right? And so Client Portal is much more deeper and richer, and so I encourage you to check the product out. That will give you a better idea of how the portal works. But this is a very, very quick overview, right? So I just save changes. And again, another interesting thing for you to know is that Client Portal and all the client facing pages like invoices, proposals, all of them are mobile responsive, right? And so they can open all of them up on their phone, and they could go through that, right? And so that's another interesting thing that you should also know about, and kind of celebrate that as well. And so that's a little bit on the Client Portal. Of course, we've got scheduler as well that you can use. There's just a lot more. We've got email sequences and templates coming out fairly soon as well. Just very quick view into what we have in terms of settings is connected apps is this is where I configure my Gmail and Outlook and my Google Drive and my OneDrive and all of those things. I can set up my signature and stuff like that. I can set up my team and then offer different roles and rights to all the people who are a part of my agency, so that they have access only to the things that are necessary for them to see. Branding Plus is another interesting thing, which is where you can completely set up your brand identity in terms of your logo, favicon, your colors. You can set up your complete custom domain, as you can see over here, and you can even set up your SMTP settings for outgoing emails via ClientJoy. As I shared with you, you could do multiple currencies, and so default currencies is basically just to kind of report your numbers in terms of the revenue that you've done. But as an agency, if you're working with people or companies in different geographies, you could set those up as well. We have different payment methods, and so you could integrate with PayPal, Stripe, Payoneer, Razorpay, InstaMojo, and Square is something that's going to come fairly soon as well. You can obviously add your own different payment methods. You set up all of your invoices, custom fields, email templates, and stuff like that over here. Another interesting thing is ClientJoy integrates with Zapier, Pabbly, Integrately, Integromat, and SyncSpider, which primarily means that if you want to automate or make ClientJoy talk to any of the application that you're talking about, it's primarily 5,000 applications that ClientJoy can talk to, right? So the potential is limitless, right? And back to the dashboard. So you've got notifications, quick settings, profile update, and stuff like that. All the activities that Tony did, which was me only, but all of them kind of come over here as well. The idea of this of sharing this video with you and offering you this demo is primarily to share with you that ClientJoy is super powerful, right? There are more than 70% of functionalities that we were not able to cover. You can do a lot of things in terms of you can creating your proposals from scratch, importing proposals, uploading proposals, and then just getting using ClientJoy to get those proposals signed. So you could design your proposals in Figma or Illustrator or Canva, and then just bring them here and get them signed, so that you have central place of record for all of those things. We've got that as well. We've got a lot of capabilities that I encourage you to sign up and check out for yourself. And then if you like it, recommend it to others. If you have questions or feedback, do reach out to me, and I'd be happy to answer them or learn from you. Thank you for taking the time out. It was a pleasure showing you, what we're building, and looking forward to working with you. Bye-bye.